Rarely do I ever talk about plugins that are game changers, but today I want to thank Rio Leva for putting me onto this plugin. It's called Looperator, and I want to thank everybody who's been making underground stuff. Nick Mirror, Rio Leva, just anybody. Aiden made it. Was it Analog Princess? Just for making me aware of this underground scene, because I love the fact that they're putting these plugins to use. This plugin today is called Looperator. So if you guys want something that truly, in my opinion, adds a transformation that makes a huge change, that you can technically do it by hand, but it would take so much work. Okay, Looperator does it for you. So I just slapped this on my entire beat. So here's before, and I just did this a second ago. So here's before. It just adds that like extra little like DJ touch, you know what I mean, to the beat, to where it feels like it's has post processing on it, like post production on it. So that was just the starting patch. I didn't even do anything special. So let's do init all, and let's just add some stutters in here. Now I think the stutters would be under slice. I don't know everything about this tool, you guys. I just got it, or maybe it's on envelope. Let's do both. Let's do slice. So now we can add that doop doop. Man, this is such a dope tool. Like, man, I want to thank Rio Leva for putting me onto this, and whoever else I saw using this. I want to say it was all Rio Leva, but you know, shout out to everybody else who was using this. So now we can add all these stutters that would just, like I said, it would just take a lot of time. And we could do it, and we can even hit random. Let's hit random. And what I would do in the mix is automate this. You know, for certain areas, I would turn it down. Then I would turn it on. We can even add filters. Let me see what these formant filters do. Yeah, this is, at first I was like, is it worth the price? Because on the website, I'm being honest with the Looperator folks, the demos are kind of like random as crap. Not even gonna lie to you guys. So I just think the sound demos don't do this plugin justice, and this plugin is well worth the price. I would even have paid up to $200 because the effects you get on here are something you can technically do through automation. It would take you so much time, y'all. And I'm not saying you can't automate stuff. I'm just saying like the amount of variations you can create really fast here is impeccable. So I gotta say, this is a top tier plugin, super slept on. And let me apply it to my other beat though. All right, so this beat's a little more laid back in terms of the energy. So let's see what it could do here. I just slapped it onto the master channel. All right, now let's start from the beginning. So this can do, basically we're altering the arrangement, and that's the beautiful part about this, is like, to do this in FL, like I said, will require so many steps, changing stuff to audio, automating stuff. In Ableton, you may do a couple of these things easier, but the amount of stuff this does very easily is literally impeccable. like I said, we can, I don't know how to use this yet in terms of like, can we use multiple like panels per thing? I don't know if that's a thing. So I don't know everything about the plugin. Oh, 1 of 4. Oh no, it's just a time division. So what I would do is just automate this over time. Just turn it off, turn it on. I wouldn't just keep it on the same setting, but you guys can if you want. So this is way more detailed than gross beat. Let's try to reverse something. I want to see, can it reverse? I think it can. Yeah, we can do reverse right here. See what else they got. I'm just clicking on stuff. I don't even know what is what. It even does DJ scratches. That's hard. That's fire. So again, I wouldn't have this on the entire beat, but you guys can hear clear as day. Hopefully you guys go support this company because this plugin is extremely good, extremely underrated, well worth the price. Again, when you go on the website, it's gonna have weird sound demos that don't do this plugin justice. Like, no, like the amount of stuff we can do for this genre is impeccable with this one plugin. So Shaperbox is another plugin. People may say, you know, can you compare the two? I'll just say Shaperbox is very complex. I can't say if it's better or worse. I just say this plugin is easier to use and it gives me the sound I'm looking for. Shaperbox, I would have to go through a lot of things to get to where I'm trying to go. It's not that it's better or worse. I think they're just two different things. So this was the plugin people were using the whole time. I'm like, how are people getting these DJ stutters? Like, are they hiring DJs? I was like, how are they getting these like, you know, stutter effects very easily? Looperator was the whole secret. Nobody was telling me about it. So shout out to, again, Rio Leva for putting me on. And it's not that we don't know about these plugins existing. It's just that sometimes we overlook plugins because of whatever reason. Like in the past, we may have used a different plugin from the company and just thought it was like meh. So we didn't use any of their other plugins. But that's what I love about new genres and beginners and people who are getting into the craft who just use completely different tools, is they make you revisit tools that you used to overlook. And that's what makes music production so exciting, is you can go back to FL stock stuff, you can go to paid stuff, you can go all over the place, and it just always changes. So it's literally changing the whole way you perceive the beat. I want to apply this to one more beat though. Hold on. So let's hear it on this where it's Wah era style beat with Slayer. So this is just really dope for adding that like official DJ, you know, that effect. So let's just go by ear. I think some of these sounds are out of key because we changed the tuning. So let me fix this real quick. All right, so now we fix some of that tuning. So this is also how we get that meow, meow, meow sound. I didn't know that's where people were grabbing it from. I thought they were using this thing called Fruity Love Filter. Looperator is whole sound of the underground. Shout out to Looperator. I did not know how important this plugin was, man. We need to spend all our money buying this Looperator plugin, because this literally makes the entire sound, in my opinion, for the most part, outside of Fruity Wave Shaper and Serum. Like, those are the top 3 things for the genre, in my opinion. And Shaper Box. I forgot Shaper Box. Telling y'all, when you go to the website, the sound demos, again, they're not doing this plugin justice. All right, y'all. Thank you, Rio Leva. Thank you, Nick Mirror, and everybody else. Aiden made it. Analog Princess, I think, is another channel. And I'm trying to think of all the underground dope YouTubers. Anybody making underground stuff? A Shark. Man, who else makes underground stuff? I'm really going in my brain. Just J Cactus, I think, did an underground video. I want to say Infinite did one. I might be making that up, though. But shout out to everybody doing this, because underground is truly exciting. All right, y'all. Peace.